And noon, Madison police are asking for the public's help in finding 6 people who may have witnessed a deadly shooting at an East Side lounge this past spring. And the northern lights might be visible in southern Wisconsin tonight. We'll tell you when to look up. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Topping our news today, police are asking for your help in identifying several people who may have witnessed a deadly shooting at an East Madison lounge. The shooting happened outside of Lush on East Washington Avenue last May. Madison police provided pictures of at least 6 witnesses on their Facebook page. If you recognize someone, contact Madison Area Crime Stoppers, the number on your screen. We're learning new information about what led police to a suspected serial killer in Long Island, New York. 56-year-old Rex Heuermann is charged with the murders of 3 women and, according to prosecutors, is the prime suspect in the murder of a 4th. Their bodies were found within a quarter mile of each other at Giglo Beach in late 2010.
So Heuermann had a double life. He had a family. He had a wife. He had 2 kids. He was an architect. And I guess at nighttime, he turned into this monster.
Court records say investigators honed in on him in early 2022 when they discovered he owned a car witnesses tied to the disappearance of one of the women. They also found data from 7 burner phones he purchased, some of which he allegedly used to contact the victims who were believed to be sex workers. They eventually obtained Heuermann's DNA earlier this year from a pizza crust he threw away in Midtown Manhattan. Prosecutors say they matched it to hair found on one of the victims. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at your first warn forecast. Open the windows this morning. Nice and cool out there.
Yeah, it's more like mid-June type temperatures we're seeing out there instead of mid-July. So it's really refreshing, mild air with that northwest wind that we saw come through yesterday. So look at the temperatures, low 70s, even upper 60s up to the north. So definitely, like I said, this is what you would expect in early to mid-June. Overall sky condition, we've got a few clouds that are going to be developing just with some cumulus clouds this afternoon. We're not expecting any type of showers to go on, but otherwise, as you look at the bigger picture, all that stuff is rotating around a low that's well to the north, really just pulling in some of that cloud cover. So we will see more clouds this afternoon, become more partly or mostly cloudy skies, but still those temperatures getting up to about the mid-70s. Don't expect any rain with this. Maybe a few showers up to northern Wisconsin along with this cloud cover coming, but otherwise just cloud cover. Overall rainfall last 48 hours, you look at Saturday and Sunday, kind of similar tracks, kind of one track to the south of Madison and then one to the Dells, where some areas got over an inch, but a lot of areas didn't get any. So if you happen to get something, that's good, but otherwise we didn't gain too much on the drought condition, but we definitely did help a little bit. Big picture temperatures, you can see mid-60s up to the north, definitely a cool air mass, and those dew points are well low too, which means you're going to probably have a kind of a chilly night too tonight for mid-June. But today temperatures rising up to the mid-70s, no threat of rain. Increasing clouds, like I said, more mid-type June. Coming up next, we'll kind of plan out if we have any rain chances coming this week. The smoke is gone for now, and if it gets anytime hot or humid like it typically does in July, I'll break that down a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you. Drivers in Deerfield should plan for possible changes in their routes this week. A section of State Highway 73 will close for construction starting today. The closure is between Shaw Lane and North Street and will last through Sunday. The Wisconsin DOT says the alternative routes will use highways 1218, I-3990, and I-94. There are 6 months to the Iowa caucuses, and new fundraising totals are giving a glimpse inside the presidential campaigns. Former President Trump has a massive lead, while the other candidates are all trying to stand out as his main challenger. CBS's Natalie Brand has details from Washington.
Fundraising numbers reflect what many polls say. Former President Donald Trump still leads among the crowded field of GOP presidential hopefuls.
The great silent majority is rising like never before.
Trump raised $35 million from April to June, followed by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis with around $20 million.
We're coming all the way over here.
But the DeSantis campaign has already burned through 40% of what's been raised and laid off about 10 staffers last week. The Florida governor is trying to sell himself as the Trump alternative.
We're not getting a mulligan on 2024.
So are many others in the crowded field, even as the polls show them struggling to break through.
What is your path to victory?
Through Donald Trump. There's no other way to do it, George.
With a big lead in polling and money, Trump isn't giving his opponents a chance to take him on directly, skipping a forum in Iowa last week, and he still hasn't committed to being at the first GOP debate next month.
When you have a big lead, you don't do it.
Candidates need at least 40,000 individual donors to qualify. Already 6 of them say they have. Former Vice President Mike Pence is not one of them so far.
Well, I just announced a month ago. Give me some time.
Meanwhile, President Biden and the DNC reported a $72 million haul in the second quarter, giving them a comfy lead against the GOP. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. What a strike by UPS workers could mean for the U.S. and consumers. And there's good news for a popular wedding gown retailer. That's coming up in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through July 19th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. With over 2,400 locations worldwide and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. Whether you're a newbie or a gym pro, you belong in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, July 19th. That's how we do.
At Lawton Cates, we connect you with top medical specialists after a serious injury. We hold the insurance company responsible for your lost wages and hospital bills, and we won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
AAA says it will not renew home and auto insurance policies for some customers in Florida, saying natural disasters like hurricanes have made the risk too costly. In the last year, multiple big insurers have backed away from doing business in the state. Floridians already pay about 3 times more for home insurance than the national average, and rates are expected to rise another 40% this year. A strike by UPS workers could be one of the costliest in U.S. history. That's according to a study from Anderson Economic Group that found a 10-day work stoppage would have a $7 billion impact. That includes $4 billion in losses by customers. The Teamsters are demanding pay increases, especially for part-time workers, and they've promised to strike if they cannot reach an agreement with UPS by the end of the month. And David's bridal stores will stay open for business thanks to a no-cash bankruptcy sale. A new owner will take over the wedding gown retailer, avoiding the shutdown of most of its nearly 200 bridal shops. The company filed for bankruptcy in April, blaming high inflation and decreased demand. About a quarter of U.S. brides get their gowns at David's Bridal. That's your CBS Money Watch update. For more, go to cbsmoneywatch.com. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 71 points. The NASDAQ up 88, and the S&P 500 up about 9.5. Our call for action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. The Powerball jackpot is getting bigger once again. No one won Saturday's drawing for the $875 million prize. Today is your next chance to claim the prize, an estimated $900 million. It would be the third largest Powerball jackpot ever. Meanwhile, the Mega Millions jackpot has grown to $640 million. The next drawing for that one is Tuesday. Pam has today's egg prices, and Greg has our forecast. And then today on Live at 4, we'll head to the movies with our Will Loper as one of the biggest movies of the year hits theaters.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Save big on your next painting project with 11% off everything at Menards. DuraClean is an interior paint and primer in one. It comes in a variety of colors, and it's washable, scrubbable, and stain resistant. A gallon of flat is just $19.48 after rebate. Finish your renovations with DuraClean kitchen and bath interior paint. With its mildew-resistant coating, it will protect your walls from frequent exposure to moisture. Get a gallon for just $29.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards. Won't you come with me to the Wisconsin? Great state of Wisconsin. State Fair.
There's something for everyone at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular August 3rd through the 13th.
Surgenian's 93-year history means you pay $93 for installation no matter how many rooms you carpet. Get carpet and pad in your old carpet removed and recycled. Our competitors can't match it. Ask about 18-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
We've got Scandal's Katie Blows and Guillermo Diaz.
11 years since Scandal premiered.
We're cute then, we're cute now.
Yes, you are.
Then,
good morning.
PJ Morton performs.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
He's an icon, and so are the buildings he designed.
Tomorrow, Josh visits an airport exhibit exploring 9 amazing treasures along Wisconsin's Frank Lloyd Wright Trail.
And the nice, comfortable temperatures will continue. Join us tomorrow morning between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report.
Beautiful weather. This is just exactly what the doctor ordered for the beginning of the state's largest outdoor agriculture event, Wisconsin Farm Technology Days. Get started tomorrow. This year, it's going to be at the Badger Steam and Gas Engine Club grounds just outside of Wisconsin Dells and Baraboo, a little bit towards Reedsburg off Highway 33. Now, that's where I'm going to be Tuesday and Wednesday, so no Farm Babe here on the noon show, but you can stop on by Tent City and check out all the exhibitors. I do want to remind people the show hours are 9 until 4 daily, and there is a cost of admission. It's $10 for adults if you pay cash, $12 if you pay credit, and those 12 and younger are free. Also, today is the last day that you can get signed up for the farm tours that they're offering. 6 different opportunities to visit some area farms and research stations, as well as manufacturing locations, but you need to get your seats taken care of before you arrive at the gates. Nothing that can be done on grounds. And I also want to remind you, show officials say that those tours are designed for people 13 years of age and older. So again, just remember, take care of those items before you get to the show. wifarmtechdays.org is the location that you'll find that information. wifarmtechdays.org. Want to thank the folks that were up in Sauk County. Wonderful fair, as were so many that were going on. This week we've got the Dane County Fair, the Fond du Lac County Fair, also the Greene County Fair, all coming up. I want you to be reminded, Dane County, or my Farm Bay Boogie, in conjunction of the Dane County Fairs this Saturday. Meet you behind the Alliant Energy Center Expo grounds at 11 a.m. on Saturday to start lining up for the parade. Barrel cheese today was up a penny and a half at 1.40 3/4. 40-pound block cheese up a penny and a half at 1.49 1/2. Double A butter up a penny at 2.56 a pound. And I'll leave you with this thought. I saw a lot of things at the Sauk County Fair. $2,600 turkeys, $17 per pound on a hog, and there was a rabbit that knows how to swim. And then there's this, suddenly poultry walking around on a leash. That's a new one for me, but the kids said that the animals do really well with that, and it saves them from getting scraped up, holding the birds normally in their arms. So there you go, duck on a leash to send you off into Wisconsin Farm Technology Days. I'll catch up with you again on Thursday, Mark.
All right, Pam, we'll see you then. A duck on a leash. As Pam mentioned, the Dane County Fair is back at the Alliant Energy Center this week. Festivities are set to begin on Thursday, where admission to the fair will be free for armed forces personnel, police officers, firefighters, first responders, and guests. Friday is Kids Day at the fair. There'll be plenty of activities for children to enjoy, including a kiddie farm featuring horses and pigs. Admission will be $3 per person for those entering the grounds before 3 p.m. For more scheduled information, head to channel3000.com. There's a chance you could see the northern lights tonight. According to NOAA's Space and Weather Prediction Center, 2 clouds of magnetic gas shot off from the sun over the weekend can cause a magnetic storm on Earth, leading to the northern lights to form. Look to the sky tonight from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. to see the colorful display. And Greg has more on the northern lights and why they happen.
Yeah, this takes a picture of the satellite that's at the about 870,000 kilometers, or excuse me, miles away from the sun. Kind of covers the sun up, so then you can kind of see these clouds of magnetic gas that burst off of the sun, flares and other things. Some of this is now directed behind the sun. Some of it's directed in front of the sun. And if it is in a current good position, they can then be in Earth's path. And that's what we're seeing. This is kind of the last few days of some of these coming off. Kind of zooms up pretty quick at the end. But those, depending on how strong they are, can actually cause the aurora. That's what we're going to see. Some of them are not. These weren't too significant ones that are coming our way. So we're just looking at maybe a storming level of 1, which is minor, but still on the horizon it could be. Now the modeling could be wrong, so we have a chance of possibly getting 2. If that happens, the aurora may go a little bit further to the south too, so something to keep an eye on. And this may not just be tonight. It could be the next couple nights, given that a lot of these are fairly minor but hard to detect on the modeling that's going on. So the good news is sky conditions should be very favorable tonight. We got some rain chances coming up Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday night and Sunday. Once again, rain chances are better north than south. This is going to be a lot of hit and miss this week. I think a lot of areas will probably miss. The good thing with the temperatures, we're not seeing any mid-type of July heat. Maybe next week, but overall, it's going to be quite seasonable or quite chilly, considering that is middle July. Precipitation for the next 7 days, like I said, most of it's going to be the south and the north of the storm track, but there are some opportunities that I mentioned before that we could get some rain, but once again, it's not going to be a lot, but still, we pick up a 1/2 inch, 3/4. That's kind of what we expect in the middle of the July to get each week to stay on track. Overall, the big picture shows we're still in the influences of that low kind of wrapping around, but that will wane as we get through tomorrow. We'll start seeing waves out west that'll be in the approach to the east, but as you notice it, one dives to the south Tuesday, provided cloud cover. Here comes another one to the north. That one's probably going to come through, but weaken as it does and kind of split again. But that could be the opportunity Tuesday night, Wednesday morning for a few showers, and then maybe additional stuff coming Wednesday into Thursday. Once again, I think most will stay to the south or to the north, but we will have an opportunity as we warm up a little bit towards midweek. Temperatures today, on the other hand, are going to be fairly cool. We got that northwest wind blowing. A few showers well up to the north potentially, but I think most areas will just see that cloud cover off and on this evening. We'll see temperatures then cool off to about the 70s, upper 60s by 7 p.m. And then overnight, clear skies will allow those temperatures to fall quite chilly for this time of year, really. We will probably see some areas up north in the mid-40s in Black River Falls, low 50s in many of the areas in southern Wisconsin, 55 in Madison. So once again, this is more like early June type of conditions. We've said several days of 40 degrees we had in June too, but something to keep in mind of. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer, less cloud cover. The winds are fairly light, just some clouds that come over in the afternoon. We should get back to upper 70s, near 80, which is right where we should be. And then as we go into Tuesday evening, we'll probably start seeing Tuesday night some cloud cover coming as that system approaches to the south, but overall, no rainfall to be expected Tuesday night going into your Wednesday too. Overall, the 7 to 10 days shows that the rain chances coming Tuesday night, really Wednesday morning, and then Thursday is a little bit of shower. Both times are not all day rain. Shouldn't really change any plans regarding Thursday right now. Otherwise, temperatures do warm up briefly midweek. We cool back down, and then we warm back up once again with some more rain chances this weekend. Once again, not all day rains. Chances are pretty low. And there's some signs next week we might get to more typical mid-July heat and humidity, but every time that seems to happen, we've kind of been delayed a little bit too. But overall, enjoy these conditions because it is middle of July. It could be really hot and humid right now.
Absolutely. All right, Greg, thank you. Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen now preparing a roast that he says is packed with flavor and super juicy.
When a recipe is really good and flavorful, we often try to find fun and creative ways to describe it. And when we tasted the pork roast that we're sharing with you today, the first word that came to mind was firecracker, since the flavors just exploded when we tasted it. Let me show you how to make it so you can have it for dinner tonight. The first thing we do is cut a crisscross pattern on the top of a boneless pork roast. Cutting this pattern will help our glaze stick to the pork while ensuring that there's lots of flavor in every bite. Now, we season it with some salt and pepper and place it in a roasting pan. To make it extra special, we glaze it with a mixture of barbecue sauce, orange marmalade, a bit of hot pepper sauce, and a little horseradish. Then we'll spoon half of this over the roast and into the oven it goes. Then after a bit, we'll spoon on the rest of the glaze and cook it until it reaches 160 degrees. After it rests for a few minutes, cut it across the grain and serve it with the pan drippings. It's full of flavor, but not too spicy. One forkful, and you'll know exactly why we were so excited about this. To get the recipe for our firecracker barbecue pork, simply head over to our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an explosive way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Ahead at noon, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. No phone calls today, but we do have your questions. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Bergstrom Automotive, you can say yes to the vehicle of your dreams without hidden fees waiting to devour you. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom for the yes.
Have you ever experienced this view? Hi, Andrew Larson here. With Gutter Shutter, you'll never have to experience it again. Please give up this dangerous chore and protect your home's foundation with Gutter Shutter, the strongest, most durable, maintenance-free gutter on the market. Over the past 15 years, my team has installed thousands of maintenance-free gutter systems across South Central Wisconsin. We'd love to come out and show you what Gutter Shutter can do for you and your home, but most importantly, keep you safe and off that ladder. So call today for a free estimate.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. Fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Want it? Here's the number.
Call 833-784-4999 to get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
Which helps me run all of this easily. Kids checkups, scheduled. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer.
work.
Switch to Spectrum One. 300 megabit internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security.
Spectrum One gets it done.
Get Spectrum internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-784-4999. Visit spectrum.com or stop by a store today.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning, and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the arch supports, and your day becomes better, and the sun shines, the unicorns run by, and, you know, it's a good life. I'm Randy, and that's my Good Feet story.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we have a non-commissioned sales team, which is a polite way to say we don't really care whether you buy a practical Equinox, the rugged Silverado, or the speedy new Corvette. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes.
Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. Our phones are not operating, so first of all, what do we have here?
We've got a zinnia. It's a flowering annual. Blooms a long time. You keep it going, just pinch off the flowers as they finish up. And some of the other varieties that have longer stems make great cut flowers.
Plenty of summer left.
Yes, there's plenty of summer left.
We asked on Facebook for plant and garden questions. You came through. We start with Julie Ann from Janesville. She says, our Christmas cactus looks emaciated. Thank you. Wish we had calls. It was always beautiful. What am I doing wrong? Thank you.
Okay, well, I would say, first of all, check the watering. Make sure that you are not overwatering or underwatering. The other thing is if you've had it for a long time and you've never repotted it, you might need to refresh the potting soil. So just pick a pot that's a little bit bigger than the one that you have, pop it out, tease the roots out a little bit, and then put some new soil in there. Cactus soil will work really well for that.
All right, Steph in Madison says, my basil plant started flowering. At this point, can it be saved? Or am I better off buying and planting a new one?
You can just pick the flowers right off, and that'll keep the flavor going. Sometimes when herb plants start to flower, they start to lose their flavor. You can also replant, especially if you like little micro basil. You can seed basil and cilantro too all summer long.
All right. Pam wants to know, should we detach our grass to remove the dead and make room for some new growth?
You know, I am not sure what's going to happen with the lawns this year with all the drought. Certainly, now that we're starting to get a little rain, I would gently rake to get some of the dead stuff out. I don't know that I'd go to the extreme of dethatching, because that's sort of a tough process for the grass. But what you're going to want to do is give the lawn some water. That's going to be the biggest thing. If the roots are still viable, the water will get the new grass going.
It's greening up a little bit.
It has been greening up a little bit, especially where lawns weren't in full sun.
All right, Matt up in La Crosse had just moved into a new house with an absolute mess of a lawn, patchy, sandy soil weeds. Should I wait until fall or do anything at all about it?
I would say let's wait until fall. Certainly do some watering and see what you've got. You could, if the grass is viable and not dried out, you can certainly do a weed and feed and get rid of some of the weeds. And then once we get into fall, you can do a fall seeding and get some grass growing in those bare spots. All
right, we are just about out of time. So keep asking questions on Facebook. We'll have a few more here, but we'll do this again on Wednesday.
Yes.
So hopefully the phones will be working by then.
Hopefully the phones will be, and you can always email the plant desk, plantdesk@brucecompany.com, and we'll answer that too.
All right, Lisa, thank you.
Thank you.
Here's Greg with one final look at the weather.
Yeah, it should be a cool, refreshing July day here with temperatures getting up into the mid-70s. Cloud cover off and on with that northwest wind. Don't expect any rain showers tonight. Quite chilly, actually. Upper 40s to the north, low 50s in certain areas. So once again, more like early June. A little bit warmer tomorrow, going back to about average temperature in the low 80s. And then as we look at the next 10 days, the temperatures overall pretty seasonable, but get warm as we get up.
All right, we'll see you back here at 4.